Hello, Hammer.
Hello, Will.
The podcast powered by Paywise, powered by Hammer, BackChat brought to you. Hello.
Novated yourself, Ellis.
Good to see you.
Great to see you.
I don't know why. Why is does his microphone need to be closer to his mouth? Like,
how about that?
Like what is happening?
Is that better now?
Like, good golly gosh.
Hey.
Like, why was that sitting out there? Jesus Christ.
That's right. I don't think I touched it. I might have.
Oh, God. Great to be with you, everybody. Dan is not with us. That's okay.
Really?
We've cut him. We've cut him forever. He's back from America. He's not on the show anymore.
He's awkwardly touching my shoulder.
Give us a look. You just can't see his head. It's just out of front.
I've had a few people. No, I don't want to throw down under the bus, but he's not.
Throw him under the bus.
I've had. I reckon 6 people over the weekend.
Yeah.
4 of which live at the Leadville Hotel came up to me. I was there Saturday night. I had a couple of drinks after the game.
Live at Leadville Hotel.
Yep, at the Leadville Hotel.
Bloody brilliant.
I was there and I had 4 separate people come up to me.
Yes.
And say, "Fuck, it's so much better with you, just you and without Dan." He's like, "You're a way better host than Dan and Scully," because of the one that I did last Monday.
That was brilliant.
It was great, yeah. And then I had a random dude on
the people
on William Street today pulling up and just wound his window and, "Hammer, love your work." Thanks, mate. It was brilliant.
Pulled up on the street.
Pulled up on the street, driving his car, pulled over and said, "Hammer, love your work." So shout out to whoever that was.
Novated yourself any leases?
I've novated a few leases this week.
Have you?
Yep.
Any backchatters?
We've got a couple of backchatters in the pipe. Haven't had a backchatter sign in a while. So,
good.
But the good thing is, if anyone out there is looking to novated themselves a lease,
yes,
and you put backchat or any of that online social media stuff in your description,
yes,
you come to me.
Okay, great. We like it. Great to be with you. You know what I do like about you and me doing this podcast? There's little to zero preparation.
Zero prep. And whenever I come in here, we never talk.
No, which is fine.
It's not because I don't like you. I think we're mates. But
we waste chat.
You waste chat. You come on here, and if we talk for 5 minutes before the show, then we'll miss a little nugget.
I went to my first game with my 2 kids as a fan ever on the weekend.
And it was the Freo one?
Yeah, it was Freo Melbourne.
Awesome. What a game.
It was great.
They just fucking dominated, didn't they?
They looked amazing.
Melbourne didn't get a clearance in the first quarter.
Mate, yeah. I mean, having no ruckman versus 2 ruckman.
Yeah, but they didn't have a ruck last week and won.
That's a good point.
They just got obliterated. It was awesome.
Fremantle looked amazing. It lends me to think that Flagmantle might be back on. And certainly not Flagmantle, but it's Wharfie time.
It is Wharfie time.
If you've been keeping your eyes across BackChat _, there may or may not be a little drop coming. It's Wharfie time. I think it could have been dropped today.
It is Wharfie time.
This is my old stock, but there is some Wharfie time gear on the way. So if you're a Freo fan and you think this might be the year, I was texting some friends over at Melbourne. You've got some friends over at Melbourne.
I have a couple, yep.
Few people said that Freo were the best side that they've played this year.
Yep.
That means premiership on the agenda.
What do you reckon
for Freo? Is the premiership on the agenda?
Yeah, it has to be. They've got as good. Their midfield. Andrew now is playing back to his best football.
He's playing elite. Ever since I put him in my dream team, he's really lifted.
He started the year and he was injured. He was sick. He was on and off. He was not struggling. He was still having 25, but he didn't look his dynamic best. And now he is he's as fit as any midfielder in the comp.
How many rundown
tackles? He's so fucking quick.
How many rundown tackles did he have? I feel like he had like 10 rundown tackles.
He's quick, he's explosive, and he's starting to use the ball really well. And he just finds it.
Do you go to the footy much as a fan anymore?
I only go to watch him.
Did you grow up as a
all the time?
Yeah.
I was talking to Em about this the other week because it was raining. It was a Friday night game, a couple of the Richmond game.
Yes.
And she was like, "Why would people go to that game?" And I said, I love doing that.
Yes.
I was a massive North Melbourne fan growing up. Marvel Stadium, back then it was, I think, the Telstra Dome, then into Etihad. I would catch the train from Sandy, Flinders Street, jump off, Southern Cross line, get to Southern Cross, walk down Docklands. There was a Hungry Jack's in the Southern Cross station. I would get a Whopper, and then I would walk to the game. Me and mates would just go. I was 15, and I'd be on the train by myself, just in there watching the footy. I fucking loved it.
Going to the footy yesterday,
Hot jam donuts out the front.
Mate, so there's 2 for me, right? Geelong, Cardinia Park, right? It was like a bit of a thing. Like in Geelong, like everyone went to the footy.
Yeah.
Like
there's only 15,000 people.
Yeah,
in town,
but like
everyone.
you kind of just everywhere, and so it's the same people every week. There's no away crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, every second week or whatever. But like going to that, like parking in the car park on the grass at Continue Park, and then walking in.
Yep.
And then there was like the Melbourne trip. Like we used to go up MCG or Telstra Dome, have like our secret little car park. Used to park in the same like street and same
spot almost every week.
But we used to walk like 25 minutes to footy, like, like almost to like save the time
to save $4 in
to
parking.
save like 25 minutes in the car park. But we were copping the 25 by walking in and out.
It's like I used to love it, and I sometimes go as a fan now to watch Andrew. But living in Perth, like you only get a game a weekend.
Yes.
Back in Melbourne, I remember going to you'd go to 3 games a weekend if you had nothing else to do.
Yes.
Like there'd be a Friday night game at the G, you'd go to Telstra Dome on the Saturday, Telstra Dome on the Sunday. It was just like, it was awesome.
Yeah, I wonder.
I've done a double header on a Saturday before.
Just back
plenty
to
of
back.
times. Gone to the G, so gone to Marvel during the day and then
I miss
on the
that
train
a little bit, to be honest. I miss the fan stuff. Like I've talked about on this podcast that I found it difficult to like pick a team. Like I can't go back to Geelong. I don't go for West Coast. I'm like GWSing. I'm definitely Hawthorning at the moment. Yeah, I'm even dockering. Like seriously, I wore this to the footy yesterday and people were losing their shit.
I'm a North Melbourne and a Freo supporter. I was like cheering hard for North yesterday.
I was clapping the Dockers. Like I felt good about it too.
Yeah, it was great.
Hawthorn is absolutely well and truly sizzling on all cylinders at the moment.
Very good.
And I couldn't have loved Jack Ginnivan's game on the weekend any more than
31 and 2
against your old side that literally flicked you. Like Craig McRae flicked him.
31 and 2.
For as nice as Fly seems, I think he's a ruthless motherfucker.
Got to be.
Right? Comes out in media and it's like you're listening to some sort of like happiness sermon.
Yeah.
It's like, let me know, let me tell you guys, this is how we're going to be. And we just love each other and we love this and all that. Yeah. I reckon behind closed doors.
He'd be an animal.
He's a 3-time premiership player with Brisbane, isn't he? You reckon he's just floating around the bushes with Lee Matthews as head coach?
No, I don't think so.
Around.
Michael Voss rubbing off on him, I would have thought.
Tell Lee Matthews, oh, geez, you look happy today,
a couple
Lee.
of warm and fuzzies with Lee. I don't think so.
I reckon that meeting would have been a good fly to be on a wall on with Jack Ginnivan, where he basically told him to fuck off.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Jack Ginnivan has just returned serve in all levels.
Well, he did it last time he played him as well.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But this time was like, the put the crowd to sleep was just... And like his press conference afterwards, fuck. Straight away. On Fox Footy. Yeah,
not a good start.
Oh, shit, sorry, not a good start.
Can you give us a look at the Hawks social media post they put up, Jaiden? Just that little... So I want to put it out to our listeners. Hello. Thanks for joining us. And this could be you over on YouTube Live or anyone listening along. Just hit us up. So the Hawthorn social media team have put a picture up of the guys in the middle of the stadium, right? At middle of the MCG after beating Collingwood. Like, couldn't get any better. They've put a picture up of that with...
Buddy Franklin.
Did it say... What did it say? This is Hawk, Jaiden? Did it say this is Hawk? This is Hawk. H-O-K. What does Hawk mean? That's what Buddy's talking about.
Do you not know?
I don't know what's going on.
Really?
What's happening with the fucking image right now?
Have you never heard of the Hawk thing?
I don't. Hawk tour.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
That's what it is. Yeah.
But what does this? What does this is Hawk mean?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So you're acting like you didn't fucking know.
It is that though. That's what it is. That's why they're saying Hawk.
Right. So this is Hawk. So that's the Hawk part, is it?
I think so. Hawk tour.
Is that what?
I think that's.
No, but they're not saying this is Hawk tour.
Yeah, but they're saying this is Hawk.
Yeah. So what does that mean? What does that mean?
It's the shortened down version of that.
I don't know what that means.
I think that's what it means.
Okay. I'd like to know if
anyone can tell me, that'd be great. But I think that's what it means.
Yeah. MOB says Hawk tour spit on that thing. Yeah, I believe so. Here we go.
Buddy Franklin.
Yeah, this is Hawk. No, I understand Hawk tour. I understand.
Yeah.
I don't need a breakdown of that. Although I'm happy to have breakdowns. No worries. I just don't understand in capital letters what this is Hawk means. Because neither does Buddy. Buddy says, what does Hawk mean?
Yeah, that's pretty funny from Buddy.
He'd be the same as me, mate.
Literally have no idea.
Max Hansen says Hawk equals Hawks.
Yeah, well, I get that.
Like Crom equals Crow.
Oh, really? Well, but I think they've got Hawk from that Hawk tour thing.
A bit like Crom. The guys on YouTube think it's a bit like, and Max says a bit like North is North.
Yeah, but did they get that from...
Yes, I don't know what chicken or the egg.
Yeah, chicken or the egg.
I don't know.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. Hey, had something on just before, ran into former West Coast Eagles coach Adam Simpson.
Did you?
Look forward to him being on the show very soon.
Nice.
I bought signed a contract. And I just carry that around with me now.
Just in case,
I say, here, mate.
Yep.
So he will be on soon. But it did get me thinking. West Coast Eagles' new coach, Dean Cox, has submitted his papers and says, I don't want anything about
Sydney
it.
I like them a lot.
How many years were you at West Coast?
Just the 3, mate.
Were you coached by anyone that tickled your fancy? Is anyone there? Like
Sam Mitchell was very good.
Okay, great, yes.
He's an awesome coach.
Good point. Jamie Graham was there.
Jamie Graham was there. Didn't have a whole heap to do with him, but a very, very nice guy. Like, I think the thing that you instantly get about him is that he's just a really good dude.
Yes.
Like, I think, how many people in the world would he have met? That's a great question. How old would he be? He'd be mid-40s. He would have met.
You want to give me a line?
I reckon he would have personally met 10,000 people. Do you reckon?
I don't know.
Maybe a little bit less. That's a lot. How many? 40. Let's call him 45.
I personally met, hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie. 45 in his adult. Let's say he's had 20 adult years.
Yeah.
20 adult years. Let's say he meets personally 100 people a year. That's 2,000. Not a lot. That's okay. Let's say he's personally met 2,000 people.
Okay. I don't know where you're going with this, but
none of them would say he's a bad guy. He would have. I think he would have 100% hit rate.
No one's met Jamie and said, "Mate, fucking hell."
Yeah, I reckon every bloke that he's ever met in his life has thought that guy is a good person. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I like that.
That's the thing. That's instantly what you get with him is he's just a very, very genuine good guy.
Yes.
And I think the players resonate with that. He's easy to communicate with. He's obviously very good at football and smart about football and knows football.
Yes.
He's got a calmish demeanour about him, but when he needs... But like it's a bit like your dad when you listen to him. It's like, oh, fuck, when he's a bit angry, you just... I'm disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. That's the vibe I get from him. And you wouldn't want to let him down.
Okay.
But I think he's a... Yeah.
That's a good endorsement for a head coach.
Great endorsement for a head coach. Best guy ever.
Do you reckon... So I spoke about this on the Shuttle Footycast this morning. Do you think they're going to go with an untried and tested coach in a Jamie Graham? Mm-hmm. Or are they going to go and get a tried and tested coach like a Nathan Buckley?
I think the former. And I think they should do the former. As in, like, untested.
Is it not a hiding to nothing? Potentially.
I think if you look at the Hawthorn Football Club, the Hawks, 2-3 years ago, if you look at Hawk 3 years ago, you would have thought their list sucks. They are shit. They've got no hope. What does Hawk mean? It's a great question. But if you look at Hawk 3 years ago, they're like, these guys are done. They're shit. Sam Mitchell has come in, and albeit not he was a coach, but he was an untested head coach.
Yep. He did coach the VFL.
Yep, but he's just come in and just said, boys, do you. Have fun, go with the flow. Ginnivan, you wanted to put the crowd to sleep? Put the crowd to sleep, mate.
Yes.
Boys, you want to roll in your fucking NBA-style kits beforehand? West Coast tried that. They canned it pretty quickly.
Yes.
They said, boys, do whatever you want. Have a lot of fun. Take some selfies in the middle of the ground. Fucking get the crowd involved. Do all that sort of shit because you're all young men with a lot of talent and you're exuberant. Do have fun. If you bring a Nathan Buckley in or Ken Hinkley, I'm starting to hear rumours of guys that have been there a long time that are now coaching again.
Mate, Nathan Buckley. Yeah. I can't wrap my head around him in blue and yellow.
Yeah, but do you reckon he's
going to
let... I
think that would be hilarious.
Do you reckon he's going to let players do that?
No.
Or is he going to be like, well, fucking rein it in, boys?
I don't know.
I think you need someone, and the Hawthorn Football Club is the perfect mould for it, of a young, talented list team that is shit at football to be allowed to play with freedom and then bang, go.
Do you know who does that? And I don't know if you had close experience or not, but he would have been there when you were. And I spoke about this on the Shuttle Footycast, and I did see this man today who had flown over for this event today. So he is in Western Australia. I think across my time in footy, best coach I ever had, Sam Mitchell. He's unavailable.
Very much unavailable.
At this stage.
Very much unavailable.
At this stage, yeah,
but that'd be a turn of events.
He's my best coach. Best development coach. So the best at developing people, best at improving players. And I think a proven track record, not only with players, but specifically at the West Coast Eagles. Adrian Hickmott.
Yep.
Were you ever in his group?
I had a bit to do with him.
So I don't know if you loved him or loathed him, but I would say majority of people that worked with Hick closely loved him and improved as players.
Yep, I was one of his players, and I think I improved.
Great. And what did you do? Oh, you won a Sandover medal.
I did win a Sandover medal.
Right. Yep. So you probably put down to some of your development at West Coast.
Yep, I would say. I would
to
certainly
that. Some of the
say
things
so,
you learnt there. I think I think he's the guy. Not only would like to put him in the mix, I think he's the guy that needs to go and coach West Coast.
It's a funny story about Hick.
Tell me.
He was the Waffle Eagles coach for a bit.
Yes, he was.
And it was the year before COVID, so we didn't end up getting to play under him, but he coached us in the preseason games. We played a preseason game. Fraser McInnes was our captain. We played a preseason game against East Freo at East Freo. And his pre-game speech, he's very eccentric and likes to relate all sorts of weird shit.
But if you're talking about like go and do what you want to do.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy.
He's not your tactics guy.
No, he's not your tactics guy.
He's like feel the footy love.
Yeah.
Like,
So this was his pre-game speech. He said, boys, he's a surfer. He's getting into surfing. He's setting up there and he's talking about, he's just been practicing his cutbacks.
he's on the longboard.
Yeah, I'm not a surfer, so I couldn't tell you what this is. But he's like, I'm practicing my cutbacks. He goes, boys, I get up there, and he's drawn a graph. And the graph is the try too hard graph. And he goes, sometimes when I'm trying too hard on a cutback, I just fuck it. If I'm trying a 10 out of 10, like my intent's there, and I really want to do it, but if I'm trying a 10 out of 10, I'll fucking flip and I'll wipe out and I'll be done. He's like, but if I can try between a 7 and an 8 out of 10, I'll get it. And I'm not trying. I can have a little bit. Anyway, his pre-game speech went for about 20 minutes explaining how to do a cutback.
Don't try too hard.
And that was his message on the way out. Boys, just don't try too hard. Fraser McInnes, captain. As soon as we ran out of the rooms, brings us all in, boys. Fuck that. Just try, give it everything.
Did you win? Did you win?
Oh, it was a pre-season game. We didn't lose one of them. But yeah, literally just Fraser brought us in, boys. Fuck that. We try. Give it everything.
Hey, boys, I want you to listen to Hick, but also I want you to try.
Give it everything.
So,
very good coach, I agree.
The Weagles Web in 2015 that got us to a grand final, that was Adrian Hickmott. And it was, as I've regularly spoken about, it wasn't he didn't have a graph. He didn't have magnets on a board even.
No.
He would bring us in. We'd just watch vision. He would clip 20 minutes of vision and we just watch it and talk about moments, and there was no right and wrong, and there was no yes or no. There was just like, you look at that and you sort of discuss it and be like, yeah, this is what we should have done. All right, next. And it was just a vibe thing. And his whole thing, right, the Weagles Web, the best defense in 2015 that like coaches were talking about, oh my God, I don't know how to beat it, I don't know how to develop it, was literally, he could just say to us, go and help your teammates, play together. If you got a decision, mate, and you're like, oh, should I go or should I stay? It was just go and help your mate. And it just turned into this thing throughout the year where it was the most fun I've ever had playing footy, because you were just running around trying to beat your opponent, and like you were a bit out of position, so I was going to help you, no worries. And if it stuffed up, there was never any like, why'd you do that? I was like,
I was going to help him, mate.
Yeah, like the RFIs would come back, like, why'd you do that? I was like, I was going to help Hammer. He's like, oh, sweet, no worries.
Next.
Mate, and it worked. It fucking worked. Adrian Hickmott, he's the man to coach the next West Coast Eagles. You heard it here second, because I said it on the Shot of Footy Cast this morning. I don't know if I need to bring...
Has the Shot of Footy Cast, is that live? And has that already come out? Because if people are listening to this, then they heard it here first.
It is not live, but it has come out. It came out this morning. But they may not have listened to it.
Oh, well. You're hearing it here first and or second.
You are hearing it with your ears.
Yep.
I don't know if... I was going to save this for the TABtouch Backman. I don't know.
You can. Just roll with it.
I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. I was going to bring you something like to your.
Bring something to my attention.
Yes, thank you. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there's some big movement in the Backman stakes in the AFL at the moment. There's someone new on the scene that's fucking rocking people's worlds. So I don't know if I need to bring it. I don't know, mate. What I watched on the weekend, I was extremely aroused.
Was it the lobster?
It was the fucking lobster, mate. I tell you what, I have not seen a Backman do what he did. Mate, he gave birth to a player on the field. He literally gave birth
Jeremy Cameron.
He gave birth to Jeremy Cameron. Rory Lobb's
live at GMHBA.
New son is Jeremy Cameron. I've got a lot of respect for Jeremy Cameron.
Very good player, yeah.
Great player. Rory Lobb
tore him in half.
He was his father.
Fathered
fucking Jeremy Cameron. Like, it was unbelievable scenes. And if I had told you at the start of this year that Rory Lobb would be putting his hand up in the conversation for the best backman in the league, you would laugh.
I would have laughed at you.
Well, he's here, the lobster. Can we have a little look at his highlight reel? I can't hold this until TABtouch. Have a look at... See, Jeremy's on the mark there. That's Bang! A double fister. Look at that. Bang. Brian Myers, Lionel Messi. Don't worry about it. Jeremy Cameron. Oh, my goodness.
Get out of here, Jeremy.
He's not happy with the delivery. Like, look at the man. He's playing in slosh too. That is a
Speak
double
about office
fister.
fan shit.
Look at that. Rory Lobb. He started looking dour too. As soon as he puts his black boots on, then we're actually
Yeah,
set.
then we're real down.
All right. Well, he's got his white boots on. I don't think we can keep doing that. Hey, some sad news. We are in Backman area, by the way, now.
We are, yes.
Some sad news. I don't know if you've seen it. Happened about 5 minutes ago.
I don't think I have.
Oh, not 5 minutes ago. We started talking about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay.
Right before we came on air. Harris Andrews out next week with concussion. He has entered concussion protocols. The leader in around 16 or 17, wherever we cut the votes off, of the BackChat Backman of the Year award, is having a spell, having a week off.
The door opens up.
How do you feel about that?
Wow.
Do you think he knows that at round 17 he was almost an unassailable lead, and he thought, hey, might just pump the brakes. Need to make this a close finish.
He definitely did that. I'm sure he did, because he's a big listener. He loves the boys here. He loves the idea of the Jack Buckling medal. He loves that he was leading at round 15 or 16 when we cut the votes. That's big for the competition.
Do you think...
He had a big lead.
Do you think... I'm about to put something on the table.
Sure, put it right down there.
Do you think Rory Lobb can win the Jack Buckley medal?
He
hasn't got a vote yet.
So he may or may not have got votes this week.
We won't know, ever know.
We will never. Well, we will know.
Monday Brownlow show.
We'll know on Monday Brownlow. So let's just say, so it's round 19, round 20, round 21, 22, 23, and 24.
Yes.
He has 6 rounds left. Harris Andrews, when we shut the votes off, was on 16 votes. If Rory Lobb gets 6 threes in a row, he gets 18.
Yes.
So he can technically still win it.
You tell me there's a chance.
If Harris hasn't polled a vote since we shut it off and doesn't, and Rory gets 3 6 weeks on the trot, he's a chance.
Do I have to
That
play?
would be a
do I
comeback.
have to play these videos in sync, Jaiden, or can you pull them up as I request them? Okay, I would like to have a look at video number 3. You need to see this, Hamish. This is in respect to our fallen father in Harris Andrews. Long down the line kick against Sydney. Just watch what Harris Andrews do. That's him in the middle of the ground. Bounces. See you later.
Bang!
He spoils that. That's deliberate out of bounds. Guaranteed deliberate out of bounds. It's not a marking contest because it bounced.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. He just runs back to the back line. He's so obsessed with not dealing with bullshit like that. He puts it out, jogs back to the back line, and goes, "Thanks, Luke Parker. I'll have that back." Can we get a better clip of Harris Andrews?
Good. The funny thing is, I reckon if that was... Can we start that again?
Yeah, go keep going again.
Imagine that was... Okay, I'll just use Nick Dacos as an example because he's a pretty smart player. He gets there and, just taps it over the top to Zorko. He just taps it a little bit.
He puts
it 5 rows back.
And then look at him just jog back to the back line.
Doesn't even look at it.
Oh,
that is good value.
And Luke Parker, great player.
Experience, yeah, very.
Leadership.
Yep.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Nah.
He has no idea. He thought, you're beauty. This is a free inside 50. I'm just going to smack it in there. And Harris Andrews goes, you silly man. Thank you.
Well done, Harris.
Very, very good, Harris.
Did he get any votes on the weekend? That's the question that we're
well,
all
let's
asking.
hear from our friends at TABtouch, shall we?
You've got the touch.
You got the power.
Yeah. All right, we can't reveal the votes.
Yep,
We
done.
can't. We can't. Oh, boy. If you're not watching, you're just listening. You don't know what's just happened. But Hamish is just taking the TABtouch stuff off for 1 second.
That's pretty funny.
Now, BackChat Backman of the Year. Give us a bit of an update, though.
So...
There's a fair bit going on.
Heaps going on. So what I've done, our bet lost. Which was disappointing. It was in it until late.
Mate,
We were in it till late. We had no Essendon forward to kick more than 3 or more.
Oh.
And it was looking reasonably good.
Mate, I will say, in a game that it's 115 to 113, it's one of the highest scoring games. It's probably not the game you want to be involved in for a bet.
It wasn't.
Mate, we were alive until... When's this? Until the 29th minute of the third quarter.
Yep. And so Cox kicked his third. No other Essendon player kicked 3 for the.
No, that's correct.
Only one. And he kicked 3. Yeah. So it was like
I think it was a good bet.
It was a great bet.
I actually think it was a good bet.
I think it was a really good bet. And the JBS, the system that I put in place, got us close.
Yep.
So that was disappointing.
We'll be going back to the well.
We'll be going back to the well.
Absolutely. Yep. This is we've discovered something that's actually backable.
Yep. So we're going to do that. But the contest is heating up. So I think the BackChat Backman. I think we've now had 3 weeks of closed voting.
Yes. And you're not telling me at all. That's annoying me.
Yeah. I'm not telling you anything.
Right.
Has
there been a little bit of tweak to the algorithm?
There was a tiny, minor little tweak, but it's worked in everyone's
It's evolving. It's always an evolving.
It's always an evolving. But I did say this last time, but I think this is it. I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm really happy with it. I have, I've added a new rule into the qualification that allows you to, like the criteria that allows you to qualify for a vote.
Yes.
So there has been a tweak there.
I'm going to watch your poker face here.
Yep.
Because I'll watch.
Am I allowed to get? Have I told it? Does everyone know the rules? Have I told a few rules? Like you're allowed?
No, you haven't given anything.
As in, I swear I've told some rules.
So you were going to give us the algorithm in like algebraic form.
I did that early days.
Right.
I can do that again. I'll do that again.
Right. Give us. I'd say give us some rules.
So some of the rules for like disqualification and qualification.
I didn't know
so
you could do
we've
that.
spoken about this.
I don't think we have.
So one of the rules that will disqualify a player from registering a vote in the Jack Buckley medal is if a like for like forward kicks 5. We've spoken about that before.
We have.
So, for example, if Tom Barrass played and Tim Membry kicked 5, which he did.
Yep.
Unlucky. No West Coast
he could
tall
have 1,000
defender.
spoils, 5,000 intercept marks.
No, he could be the best defender of all time and not play on Tim Membry, but Tim Membry's kicked 5.
I think it's fair.
Like for like forward.
You need to get the job done. You can't play in the midfield for the entire game.
Correct. The other rule is, so it was if you take a mark inside 50 and kick a goal, out. You kick a running set shot. If you kick a running goal, you're done. The only way you can score a goal and still be eligible is if it's a mark outside 50 and a 50-metre penalty, and you get brought forward.
Yes.
That's the only way you can be eligible for...
gallivanting.
No gallivanting. No runs from receive, half-back flank, kick a goal, because that's Larry stuff. We don't like that. The other rule that we've just incorporated, and that has been incorporated over the last little bit, is if your team loses by 10 goals or more, you can't get a vote.
Okay.
We've incorporated that. I think we incorporated that about a month ago, and that's last time. I haven't updated everybody since then.
Okay.
But that was another tweak in the algorithm for a rules point of view.
I think it's difficult to get votes.
Very difficult to be the best defender in the round, or in the top 3 defenders in the round if you lose by 60 points.
Okay, I like that.
And then we've tweaked, so that was all the rules that came in, and now we've done one slight little tweak to the algorithm, and it's perfect.
Little shout out to Griffin Logue. I loved his game.
He was good. He was very good.
Votes,
you don't, and you won't.
He went close to making Charlie Curnow his bitch, to be honest.
Charlie kicked 4, but 3
very... Did you watch the game?
Yeah, Joe the Gooses.
Well, it wasn't Joe the Goose. Colby McKercher fell over.
Yeah, I know.
Right, and Charlie just landed on him. Yeah. Right, and before them, another free kick that wasn't against Griffin Logue.
Yeah, exactly. Not Griffin's fault. Griff dominated him for the day.
It was very good. I'd like to see it. Okay.
I also saw in that game that the AFL is taking head knocks really seriously because Harry Mackay was basically dead, and they just said, "Play on."
Can some?
Have you seen this footage?
What is it?
Harry Mackay gets a head knock, and he's like,
great.
So clearly concussed.
Yes.
He's like dazed, getting to his feet and staggers for
Charlie
his first...
Curnow's holding him up.
Staggers for his first couple of steps, and like the umps aren't stopping the game, the doctors aren't coming on the field, no trainers getting to him. He staggers for about a minute and a half and then gets the ball and snaps a goal. Yes. And it's like brilliant. He's kicked the goal, he's back. Goes off, does his HIA, he's cleared, and then comes back on.
I was watching this live.
Don't be surprised if he gets ruled out for delayed concussion.
Yeah, I saw this incident. He was knocked out.
He was concussed, clearly.
Why did the doctors take so long to get out to him?
Because it was a close game and he was in their forward line.
Thank you very much. That is correct.
Get independence.
Get some independent doctors in there.
That was bad. That was a really bad look. I thought a really bad look.
Give us the Backman of the round video, please, Jaiden. Number 2 would be great. I asked for people to send in clips. This is what people have done.
Jordan Dawson.
They've sent us clips with Cal Wilkie.
Bill. Harry
Edwards in the goal square.
Bang.
Tom Barrass goes whack. Who else have we got here?
This could be Jack Buckley, couldn't it? Oh, it is.
Oh, boy. It's Jack
look at
Buckley.
him.
No one even want to go near him.
Nah, no one did want to go near him.
This is the sort of highlight tapes I like to watch. That is Sexton. Alex Sexton. Little bit too loud.
Oh, the lobster.
You got to put the lobster in there, mate. Look at this. This is brilliant. Who sent this in?
Is that the lobster as well?
This is great. Thank you for sending us in.
Look how shit that ground looks. Oh, Moose.
Hey, did he break his arm again?
He got
Alex
a little knock.
Pearce.
Oh, look at that. The one-hander, Griffin.
See, look. Thank you very much.
Tucker.
Darcy Tucker. Wow. This is a brilliant highlight reel.
Bang.
Oh, holy shit. Cal Wilkie
that.
just says, see you later,
See you
mate.
the fuck later.
Oh,
Darcy Moore, that has gone 50.
Darcy Moore. He might sleep in a
That went
different
60
bed, but that was a
metres.
big fucking spoil.
Yeah, how stupid.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get to that very soon.
Oh,
Bont.
yeah,
Bont
respect.
sneaks in there. He spotted over the
Could have
line.
run. Oh, Rory.
Mate, this is unbelievable.
This is a good package here.
Can you tell me who sent this in, please? Oh,
Harris.
Harris Andrews. Wow, 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 wow.
Chappie.
Jordan Clark. Oh, was that
That
Chappie?
was Heath Chapman. Oh, Griffin.
That was holding the ball.
That's
It
holding
was
the ball.
not
Had to be
paid.
holding the ball.
Jack Buckley.
I would have loved it if he ran
superstar.
that out of
Oh
bounds.
boy, where's he kicked that?
Who
That
cares?
is good. That's
We're
it. That's back to the start.
Wow.
Who sent that in?
That's a great clip.
Who
Great
sent-
package.
Who sent that in, please?
Aaron Andriasevich.
Aaron, you hired.
Aaron
You
Andriasevich.
send that to me every week and you're getting on the podcast. Really bloody good.
Well done, Aaron.
That is the BackChat Backman of the year. Thanks to TABtouch. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got a big event coming up there. And you win some, you lose more for free and confidential support. Call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. It's time for Hammer Ranks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it?
And now on the
What
BackChat
are we
podcast.
ranking? Let's do
Hammer
one off the
Ranks.
top. We're doing one live. I don't think it is.
I'm
would
looking
be-
at the run sheet. Top 5 worst feelings
was
outside
last week.
heartbreak. Yeah, I see that now.
That was
I
last
do
week.
see that.
That was last
I
week.
do see that.
That's
Do you
all
wanna
right. Let's just roll with it.
do- All right, I want
What?
you.
Give
okay.
me anything and I'll just do it off the top. This is how much we talk about what we're doing before the show.
I want you to rank
Okay.
the top 5 teams in the AFL. That's
Okay,
it. I want
sweet.
you to give me your top 5 because I think that's more difficult than it seems, and I'm a bit boring.
Okay. As in, how do you want me to? However I want
You
it.
can
Okay.
you can give it to me however you like.
Number 5. So I'm going to go from 5 to 1.
Yeah,
One
you
being
could-
the best.
You could take this in any direction.
I
you
will.
like.
I will. I will.
Put a bit of hammer on it.
Yep, I will put a bit of me on it. Number 5.
Yes.
The West Coast Eagles. Best number 5, the West Coast Eagles. And I'll tell you why.
Wait, do you want to give us the list and then we try and figure out what you rate them in? Like, why are they number 5?
No, because it's
Best teams ever.
yeah. No. This is why.
Okay.
They've got 100,000 members. There's a couple of dogs and some kids and all the rest of it.
Did
in
you
there.
see
Yeah,
that?
100,000 members.
There's not 100,000 members. What are we doing
No,
here?
but okay. Here's why I think they're the top 5 team.
Right.
They're bad right now. They're the worst team in the comp right now. But in terms of team, this is why I think they're number 5. They've
Okay.
got more than half of the state
Yep.
that love them.
Yep.
All it takes is one good game and everyone forgets how shit they are and they're all back.
Yes.
They've got Harley Reid, who's a gun. They've got what else have they got? They've got a really good facility, which I love.
Scraped it to 5.
They've got Ruben Ginby, the boy. But all it takes, and this is why I think they're the best. They're number 5, sorry. Because all it takes is one good game and they're back. And if they can figure some things out, they've got an endless supply of
They
supporters that
literally
just go bang.
won the Derby, beat Melbourne here, and people
People,
like, oh, mate,
exactly.
Dan.
It's like, we're
people,
back.
yeah,
You
like,
forget how shit they've been for 3 years.
people were talking about them making
Yeah,
finals.
so that's why I
they
think they're
just
number
lost
5.
by 80 to St Kilda.
Yeah, that's why they're number 5. They're not a great team, but they've got so much potential.
I still don't understand like in what world they're number 5,
Yeah.
but I'll take it on board.
Number
I
4.
was kind of hoping for like at this point in the season, like give me your top 5 on the ladder, but I like where you've taken it.
Number 4 is the Sydney Swans.
4,
Yeah, 4.
biggest membership in the country, they reckon.
Well, do
They
have
do.
over-
They do reckon that. They do.
I don't believe it for a second. 4, the Sydney Swans, the best team on playing at the moment.
Yes.
I think still.
Yes.
I think the Brisbane lost a little blip. They've had a couple of blips,
They've,
so they're
they've lost
blipping.
3 in the last.
They're
4,
blipping at the moment, but they've got guns everywhere. I think
Yes.
on paper they're as good. They're the best team on paper.
Quite young almost.
They're young. They've got some really good-looking dudes.
Hot.
as.
Yeah.
And they've got Dean Cox now that's going to coach them going forward. So they got that stability.
Got the Cox.
They've got the massive Cox. And they are looking good for the next 10 years. You can't fault their list for 10 straight years.
But they're
I
at
don't think.
4.
They're in 4.
Is it negative that they're in Sydney?
The negative is in Sydney.
I
That's
think the
fine.
positive might be in Sydney.
I think they get
like
nice
it there.
weather. It's sunshine over there all the time. The cost of living sucks, so that's why they're number 1.
Right.
Number 3.
That's why they're not number 1.
Yeah,
It's
number
cost of living.
Cost of living. Number 3, Freo. The
Yes.
Fremantle Dockers.
Right.
I think they're similar vein. They're as good as they're in-form team at the comp. I think they're in the top 4 for a reason. They're very, very good at football. Andrew plays there, so I really like them. They've got young talent coming out their arse. Josh Tracy all of a sudden is now the best. I mean, Jake's had a few weeks where he's been injured, so people forget about that. But Josh Tracy's the best tall forward in the comp right now.
That's a good point.
Dominating. All Australian.
Yes.
Won't be, but should be. They've got Alex Pearce is the best captain in the comp.
Alex Pearce is the best captain in the comp.
Best captain in the comp.
People wanted him sacked.
Yeah, people wanted him sacked. I did. Nah, he's they've got the best. They're the best team in WA comfortably, which is good because we're a massive footy state, so that's nice.
West Coast fans would say they lost the last derby.
Yeah, that's why West Coast are 5. But they are very good, and they're in the premiership window, and I think they're going to win it this year.
Right.
Number 2 is Hawthorn. Fuck, they're good.
Have always been good.
Have always
never
been
had
good.
an issue
never
with
had
success.
an issue with success. They've had premierships for the last fucking million years. They've got really good players. They're cool as. They've got young stars who don't care about anything else other than having fun. Sam Mitchell is, basically, I think from having spent minimal time with Sam Mitchell, he is the same coach as he was a player, just super fun, wanted to have fun with everyone all the time, play fucking FIFA and just enjoy his life. And so he's brought that into his coaching, and the boys are just awesome. The boys are loving it. They've got a few really good senior heads there that are just doing their thing, but letting the young guys just have fun and go for it.
So Hawthorn as a club is number 2.
Hawthorn as a club is number 2. Number 1's the North Melbourne Footy Club.
Number
1 is the North Melbourne Footy Club, and I'll tell you why.
No Collingwood, no Carlton, no Essendon.
Collingwood is shit. Essendon are the worst team in the comp by a mile. Essendon are worse than Tassie.
Gold Coast.
Tassie haven't got a team yet. Essendon are worse than them.
Is that right?
Essendon are going to be worse than the next expansion. The Southern Stingers. Southwest Stingers, Essendon are below them. Essendon suck. Gold Coast, shit, can't win away from home. Carlton, they're getting there, but there's a couple of blips. And Brisbane, they're always going to be good, but they're never going to win a flag.
So North Melbourne Football Club.
North Melbourne Footy Club are the best team in the comp at the moment, in my opinion, because of the following. They've got everyone that plays. Go have a look at this. Everyone that played on their list on the weekend, I reckon you have 4 that weren't drafted in the first round. They're in like 5 weeks, in 5 years, they are going to be fucked. Like no one's going to come. We think Sydney are good right now because they got Warner, Heaney, and Goulden. What about Luke Davies-Uniacke? What about Colby McKercher? What about Jai Simpkin? What about George Wardlaw? What about Harry Sheasel?
Will Phillips is good.
What about Will Phillips? What about all these guys that are just going to shit on everyone?
Dylan Stevens, I think, was a high draft pick.
Everyone's going to shit on. They're going to shit on everyone for fun. They are so much better than everyone in 5 years, and right now they're just starting to get good. Even in 2 years, man.
But you're telling me now they're the number 1?
Yeah, they're my number 1 team.
Why?
Because I love them, and I always
you go
North
for them.
Melbourne supporter.
You're such a nuffy, eh?
Mate, I'm telling you.
You've been hiding your nuffiness
I'm going to
away.
wear a North Melbourne jumper in next week because I'm telling you they are going to win. Who are they playing this week? Does anyone know? They're playing down in Tassie, and I think they're playing.
It's not Hawthorn.
No, it's not Hawthorn.
They played Geelong in Tassie.
They played Geelong in Tassie, and they win that game. They beat Geelong in Tassie.
I can't argue with that.
And I'm going to wear a North Melbourne jersey next week. They are my favourite team in the comp. They're the best team in the comp, and they are going to be untouchable. How's this? What year are we in right now? 2024? They're going to win in the next 10 years.
Yes.
From 2024, actually this year doesn't count because they can't play finals. From 2025 to 2035, no team will win more premierships than North Melbourne. You heard it here first.
From when to when?
From next year, 2025 to 2035. So in that 10-year stretch, North Melbourne would win more premierships than any other team.
You sound like Brendan Gale when he was getting like peppered with
questions.
Yeah,
Richmond is shit. What's going on? North will win more premierships in the next 10 years than anyone else. Mark my words.
Okay, they've been marked.
And that's why they're my favourite team. So very impromptu and really no direction to it, but...
No feedback. A bit of feedback to show on YouTube. Worst rating ever. Poo hands Brayshaw.
North of the best team.
Some people like it. Hammers take, very good.
North of the best team.
I hope my video gets shown here. Bring back Woosha, someone tells me.
Yep.
I don't mind it. I gave you no lead-in, no preparation.
No lead-in. North and West
like
Coast are shit, so I probably just shouldn't say that, but
hey,
they're in there.
One thing we have forgotten to do the last couple of weeks because we haven't been preparing or spending any time on putting together what we're going to talk about.
We should probably do that a bit more.
Tipping. Our good friends at the Alford Hotel are still giving away $250 vouchers for our tipping leaders.
How are they going? How's that?
Our leaders of the week get a $250 voucher. And this week, Big Glennie H. Don't know your last name, Glenn.
Glennie Horschel.
How many reckon Glenn got?
He got 9.
He got 9.
No question, Glennie got 9.
9 out of 9.
Well done, Glenn.
Yeah, really good. So 250. So there was a couple of like Hawthorn, Collingwood.
No, that was a certain.
Bulldogs in Geelong.
Adelaide, curly one.
Adelaide.
Actually, I tipped Adelaide.
Brisbane, Sydney. Like it wasn't an easy week to
Bulldogs
get
down Geelong. The hard ones were Bulldogs in Geelong, Adelaide against it. Well, not actually. Essendon suck.
Yes.
And then Brisbane and Sydney.
Hawthorn, Collingwood.
Hawthorn, Collingwood's 50-50. Yep.
Well done, Glenn. That's $250 to the Alfred Hotel. And
Still
anyone
haven't had
missed,
an invite there. Have we?
anyone missed will be going back in lieu and doing that. Hey, I'd really like to do the BackChat back page if we can.
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Bringing you the news that you never knew that you need to know. AFL fans react to Collingwood captain Darcy Moore after his girlfriend said they don't want to live together. Or sleep together, I think. Darcy Moore and his girlfriend's living arrangements have become the talk of the AFL, with fans labelling the Collingwood skipper woke and blaming his unorthodox relationship for his shocking form slump. Calm down, fucking AFL fans, if that's who we're fucking quoting. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Moore's girlfriend, Dee Selman, who hosts the Sunday Hookup sex education program on Triple J. I can't say that would be easy, having a partner talking about sex on radio. I can't say that would be easy. Raised eyebrows earlier this week when she revealed on a podcast why they don't live together. Many fans said Selman's long-winded explanation for why they live apart, complete with feminist buzzwords and therapy speak, made their eyes roll. I don't live with my partner at the moment, and we have such different, independent, busy lives. We've got to have so much of what we do, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder how much you can actually upkeep that when you do end up living together. So much of it is heterodynamic learnt behaviours that you might fall into. Her line about heterodynamic learnt behaviours caused a firestorm on social media.
Certainly would.
You heard no comment from Hammer. Nope. I'll read you a couple of the headlines.
It would be pretty hard to live with, to have someone on radio talking about sex.
AFL fans.
Remember when I used to talk about jacking off all the time? Well, now I felt at home. Ripping it. Remember when that guy jacked off to my mum as a teacher?
Oh, boy.
In a sperm bank? Anyway.
The titles to this article: AFL fans react to Collingwood captain Darcy Moore after his girlfriend said they don't want to live. Patriarch behaviours: why Darcy Moore sleeps in separate bedroom. Wild forward reason: star couple lives apart. Darcy Moore and girlfriend reveal surprising arrangement becoming talk of the AFL. Darcy Moore: incredible reason footy star and his very trendy radio sex show host girlfriend don't live together. What the fuck? Media's fucked.
That is dumb.
People are on their heads. AFL star Dale Thomas opens up about the $400,000 worth of counselling he needed to recover from an embarrassing on-field incident. $400,000.
Daisy Thomas.
Yeah. Footy star Dale Thomas has revealed that he required $400,000 worth of counselling and 3 years to recover from an embarrassing on-field incident. This is written like he wasn't joking. I can guarantee you he was.
He's either one, gone and seen a therapist 400 times, or he's gone to one bloke. He's never done therapy before in his life, and some bloke swindled the fuck out of him.
I had a shot at goal against Collingwood when I first played for Carlton, so we got traded, obviously. Yeah. 35 metres out, was never more confident going back at kicking a goal, and didn't make the distance, just somehow fluffed it. I reckon it took me 3 years and about $400,000 worth of AFLPA counselling to get confidence back.
So yeah, clearly a joke.
Clearly a joke. Clearly a joke. I haven't read this one, but it seems interesting. Dancing with the Stars judge Craig Revel Horwood makes Ben Cousins blush with racy confession about the AFL star. He's the take no prisoners perfectionist judge on Dancing with the Stars Australia, but on Sunday night's episode, Craig Revel Horwood revealed another side of himself as he made contestant Ben Cousins blush. The dancing expert, 59, was commentating on the former AFL player's performance when he made a shock confession. Ben, 46, it's not a fucking crime right here. What are we saying the age? Smiled at the comment and began to laugh as the flamboyant judge went on. I love it so much. I'd like to kiss it, Craig said, causing the audience to gasp and cheer. That's what the dance, the cha-cha, is about. It's cheeky and you bring an energy to the dance floor which you should never leave at home.
What's he want to kiss?
Ben appeared very flattered as he giggled and blushed at the normally harsh judge's compliment.
What was he wanting to kiss?
I don't know what he's talking about. Very good. Hey, we haven't done this for a little while, so I thought I might throw a couple of questions at you, Hammer.
Sure.
I do have to host a Pink concert tonight, so we'll be wrapping up right on 5:30.
That's good.
You send it, we might
hardly read it if it's good.
Yeah, correct. So we've had a couple of these come in, a couple of good ones. Janie Knight, hello Janie, thanks for sending these in. Hey, if you do want to send us an email, and we might hardly read it, you can send it to hello@backchatpodcast.com.au.
Yes, you can.
You can send it to hello@backchatstudios.com.au as well if you want. Janie Knight, hi Hammer and Scully.
No, Dan.
And tools down Dan if he
Tools
ever
down Dan,
returns.
yes.
Really like it.
Tools down, Dan.
2 questions around the tackling, suspensions, and umpire adjudication, if you don't mind.
I'd love to.
First,
I do mind.
would you like to answer them one after the other, or do you want to hear one, answer it, hear one, answer it?
Let's hear both of them, and I'll throw myself at both of them.
It's quite long. Firstly, I don't watch a lot of first grade footy, so forgive my naivety, but do the rule changes and adjudication flow down from the AFL into the Waffle, VFL, etc. pretty quickly? Stop moving the run sheet. Are you having to adapt or question how to go about tackling, etc. through your season as well, Hammer?
Not particularly. The AFL rules, they govern the Waffle, but there's the Waffle have their own interpretation of the rules. So we're not necessarily... We're not going full AFL style. My tackling hasn't changed, to be fair.
Right. And
I don't think the interpretation of the holding the ball rule has changed at Waffle level.
Yeah, has there been any suspensions that you've been like, what the fuck's going on here?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just going...
We don't have the resources to do it.
Right.
To scrutinise it the way the AFL do and to have 1,000 different camera angles. We don't have the resources.
Well, I was thinking maybe the game's going okay. Maybe we're just looking a lot at it at the moment.
I agree.
And secondly, Michael Christensen came out a few days ago on the tackling and suspension concern, saying over 18,000 tackles have been laid this year and 7 suspensions. I agree from a spectator perspective. It's so ambiguous on what constitutes a suspension. Charlie Cameron, probably yes, 3 weeks, no, and then gets off completely. I think there are a lot of rules and the way they're adjudicated at the moment are going down the same line, but maybe Christensen has a point. The big picture of 7 suspensions out of 18,000 tackles laid could suggest the players are adapting pretty quickly to these ambiguous rulings and finding ways to still land tackles and play the game without it having a huge impact on gameplay. Is it a bit too much media hype? I wonder what your thoughts are on this and Christensen's views. Specifically, thanks for indulging me. Love the chats.
I think Michael Christensen needs to just shut up. Firstly, I think he doesn't. I think he just really needs to shut his mouth and just admit that I think he needs to admit that his system sucks and it needs reviewing.
It's not his system though, is it?
The system.
Okay.
I think it's a great question, by the way. I think the AFL. The way that the MRO, there's been 18,000 tackles and 7 suspensions, great. But look at the 7 suspensions.
Yes.
But it's not. What frustrates me is it's not just the tackles. It's everything else that's it's the way that you can say in the same week that tackle isn't as bad as that guy who elbowed you behind the back of the head, and it's the fact that 2 weeks ago that tackle was no weeks for Dangerfield, but I'm going to give you 3 weeks. It's
the
inconsistency of it all, and while there have only been 7 suspensions, they've just been I think they've just been it's been shit, and it's been really bad. And now that players are being told to just drop the ball because it's better for you to drop it than hold it in, and the whole idea of all these rule changes was to, 1, protect the head, but 2, to promote flow of the game and to promote enjoyment for the fans. The fans hate it. That's the whole the point of the 666 rule and the point of all these rule changes that promote this flow of the game, and there's no third man up now, and you have to have all this free space to lack congestion, and so it just flows because the fans wanted to see that. The fans don't want to see this shit umpiring and these shit tackle interpretations and this shit holding the ball stuff. The fans don't want to see that. So they need to come out, and the AFL should do it pretty quickly, if not at the end of the year. Say, hey guys, we're going to overhaul this whole fucking thing because it sucks, and our number 1 priority is putting forward an enjoyable product, as is the same with every rule change, as is the same with all the interpretations that they try and do.
Yes.
Protect the head, yes, but promote an enjoyable game and an enjoyable product for the fans.
Yes.
And the fans fucking hate it.
Yes.
And it's clear as day.
Okay. I like it.
So that's a great question.
No, we're going to do this one now. Sure. This is from Tim Grigich.
Timmy.
Scully, I stumbled upon the season fixture guide. Please review and give me your thoughts on reflecting on how much of a piss take this season has been for interstate teams and the AFL's supposedly fair and equitable draw. Love the show, boys, and keep up the banter.
Quote unquote interstate. Too.
Will do.
It was quote unquote interstate, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's interstate to fucking where.
Yes. That is a very good point. Now, I want to read you, I'm looking at it right now. Yes, you see, yes.
Yeah, I'm not.
The AFL fixture guiding principles.
Mm-hmm.
The AFL has sought to develop a consistent and equitable schedule of matches which connects with community, assists in growing the game, and continues to build the financial stability of the AFL competition. If I can summarise that, they're trying to get more people to come to games. They are trying to get more people to watch, but in the end, we just want more fucking money. That's basically what that means.
Correct.
In order to achieve this, getting more fucking money, our guiding principles are, 1, to develop as close to as possible a fixture which gives all clubs equal opportunities. So again, if I can paraphrase, to develop as close to as possible, that means we don't really give a fuck.
Correct.
We're going to just put people where we want and say, hey, we tried. But you know what? West Coast and Freo, you're on the other side of the country. We don't really care.
Yeah, correct.
Is that right?
It's fair.
Is that fair paraphrasing?
Fair and reasonable, yes.
2, to maximise attendances at AFL matches in all markets, ensuring the best possible accessibility for fans.
Yep.
Fair?
I like that. Fair.
3, to maximise audiences across our television, digital and radio broadcast partners, ensuring national exposure for the game so that they're going good. They want more people to watch and more people to view it.
Yeah.
To number 4, to take into account the specific requests of AFL clubs, players and other key competition stakeholders, particularly venues and broadcasters.
Okay.
I don't reckon they do that equally.
No, I don't think
I reckon West Coast would probably, and Freo, say, we want all home games here.
Yeah.
They'd probably don't.
Well, we want, we want more than one every second week.
Number 5, to continue developing the game nationally by scheduling matches across all states and territories throughout the season.
Yep.
They do that.
Imagine how good it would be for for WA if there was a Saturday game Freo and then a Sunday game West Coast.
Yes.
Imagine that every fucking third week.
And number 6, they talk about the breaks that they give the players.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this schedule and I think it's a giant.
Fuck you.
It's
to
a
everyone else that
giant.
doesn't live in Melbourne. And I agree with that. What I also think, though, is what you should do for... if you want to maximise money and you want to maximise people coming to the crowds, review the fixture after nine rounds.
And change it.
And just say, Sydney and Brisbane, you guys are fucking good. We're going to play that Friday night at the Gabba on Friday night, round 10.
How much time would you have to give to people, though? Because I heard another couple of podcasts talk about this. And, you need to give people time to adjust their plans. Hey, I'm from I'm from Sydney and I've booked flights to the Gabba and it was Sunday and now it's Friday night.
It's true. You've got to give some people time.
Okay.
But that's what the AFL should do if they just want to maximise money.
Well, I think you're spot on, Timmy.
Yeah, I just think they need to make it a bit more equitable. What they should do is they should not have the Melbourne clubs in a discussion.
Mm.
The Melbourne clubs should just say, we're going to go and shut up.
Yes, because we're going to get a good run.
We're going to get our good run. And we should have Brisbane, Gold Coast, GWS, Sydney, Adelaide, Port Adelaide, Fremantle, West Coast, all together. I think I just did 9 teams. I was on the 8. They should all get together and say, what do you guys want?
Yes.
How does this best suit you guys? What does it look like? Fixture there, 24 rounds, and then just filter the Melbourne teams in.
Hey, have we got a fines introduction? Do we ever have that? Do we ever
I don't think we ever have a sting.
No. Do we not have a sting? We used to just play them.
We used to play them, yeah.
I feel like we had a fine sting. Maybe we don't.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Hammer, you said you've got a fine for me. I don't even know. I haven't done the fines for a little bit. If you'd like to send us a fine, I'd like to see them. backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. If you want to vent how shit your team is, if you want to tell us how good your team is, send me some fines over the weekend. We'll play them Monday or Friday.
Yeah, we will. This one...
You've brought one in.
I've brought a great one into the podcast. A teammate of mine who played twos on the weekend... he'll be fined a carton for the footy club, and that'll go towards our end of season, so that would be great. But I'm going to fine him, I reckon I'm going to fine him $8 for how far away he was when he kicked this football. Just watch the clip. Have we got the clip?
Give us a look at this.
Sandon Page, free kick, 50 metres, just strolls in, bang.
Oh, my goodness.
Just kicks a good old-fashioned...
Gracious me, the head's almost come off the umpire.
He has got a free kick... And it's a 50-metre penalty, and he's just rolled in. And
hey, we want to respect umpires.
We do want to respect umpires. The ground is very slippery, so he's had to look at the floor as to where he's just fucking torped it into her head.
Oh, my. I'm not laughing.
No, we're not laughing at that. That's a fine for Dallas.
It's a fine for us for laughing because that looks like quite... Are we confirmed that she's okay?
She's okay. She's okay.
Have we confirmed?
Oh, yeah, confirmed. Confirmed she's okay. So that's bad. Obviously, an accident, terrible accident. Do you want to know what's worse? We speak about the inconsistencies in the game. He's been reported.
For that?
He's been given a week for that. He's been given a week report for that. I believe it's like it can potentially come down to a reprimand by an early plea, but upon assessment, he's been given a week for umpire misconduct or something. He's accidentally kicked a fucking footy into her head.
You wouldn't have thought that he's meant to do that.
No way. He's been given a week.
I can't believe that.
I hope
that feels a little bit over the
off.
top.
I think he'll get off.
He hasn't
I'm
deliberately.
pretty sure it's.
If I don't know.
If he had have kicked it and then missed her and just come through and clotheslined her, give her a week.
I reckon if you tried to do that, you probably couldn't.
You couldn't. Anyway, I'm giving Dallas an $8 fine because that's how far away he was when he kicked
Had a
the
week
footy
off.
over her. Yeah, had a week off. No, he'll get off. I think it's a reprimand. That was my fine.
I really like it. Hammer, let's bring us to a natural close of the program.
Yep.
Before we leave,
Okay.
tell me about the Loosh T-shirt you have on right now.
There it is. East Perth forward Santa Page has been reported for contact with the umpire after kicking the ball in the head.
I want to see some quotes. I want to see quotes from people.
Page was understood to be concentrating on not slipping on the surface when he made contact and accidentally kicked the ball into the umpire.
Well, fucking oath. I'm sure he didn't deliberately kick it. There's no way he can get a week for that. What does Hawk mean?
Okay. I am wearing the Loosh 100 shirt. So
the white balance seems a bit off. It's a grey marl top operation.
It's grey. It is fucking exceptional, by the way. The Loosh. Jake, the Loosh Waterman, calls himself that after watching listening to a podcast with Brennan Favola, who came out and he called himself Fevolution. Who's going to play in the Loosh?
Correct.
Jake thought that was awesome. Roll with it, and it stuck.
Yes.
Jake's now the Loosh. And he plays like it too.
Yes.
He's fucking sprinting out,
He's
taking
got the
clumps.
mullet.
He's got the mullet. He's got the biggest head in the comp. And he is as good a forward as there is right now. And he's playing 100 games.
And so this is by Smithy Cartoons. He's done a lot of famous cartoons for the AFL. Jake the Loosh Waterman is sitting on top of Jason Dunstall. He's on top of the Loosh.
He's on top of the
He's
Loosh.
on top of Gehrig. He's on top of Wayne Carey. And he's on top of Plugger Lockett. And ahead of his 100th game, I'm recalling him, by the way, because he's out of the team right now. He missed last week.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He's coming back this week. The Loosh is in our store right now, backchatstudios.com.au.
To play 100 games for the Loosh is pretty impressive, considering he was behind JK, JD, and Oscar Allen for his whole career.
And now he's going to win 10 Colemans in a row as well.
He's going to be the best player that's ever existed.
So that's for West Coast fans. For Freo fans, on your way to the premiership in 2024, I don't think we have a preview of this lying around, we have It's Wharfie time
baby.
dropping.
It's back.
It is absolutely back in a big, big way.
Massive way.
Get over there. It's open there as well, I think. Backchatstudios.com.au. It's fucking Wharfie time.
It is Wharfie time.
They're flying out the door. We dropped them this morning. They're flying.
Have we got any left?
We're flying high.
Have we got any left? I fly.
Yeah, correct. So they are coming. And lastly, I will say, live from the Leaderville, just like you were on the weekend.
I was there.
6PR and BackChat are combining for Friday Night Lights. Live from the Leaderville Hotel, 5 p.m. this Friday. It's Wharfie time.
It's
David
Wharfie time.
Mundy will be there.
Where you? It's Wharfie time shirts. Mundy will sign it.
This T-shirt will be available there, but you can get it before and we'll have it ready for you to wear there. So Dave Mundy will sign it. Liam Duggan's joining us, captain.
Is Simo coming?
Simo, I saw Simo today. I should have bloody told him to.
Not coming.
He's not coming. Derby Leaderville Live, spectacular. 5 p.m. Come and get a feed, watch the footy, talk shit, have a beer.
Enjoy yourself.
Did it on Friday, so I'm going to stay afterwards and have beers. Pretty much, that's the only reason we're doing it Friday, because I wanted to have a drink. So you want to get pissed? Thursday, I got pissed last time, and Friday was a write-off.
Yeah, Friday sucks.
So come down Friday, Leaderville Hotel, get your tickets at backchatstudios.com.au. A big thank you to all our sponsors, Paywise, Powering Hammer and the podcast, TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital Camera Electronic. Thank you for all your support. And that is us done.
Hit the showers.
Dusted. Bye-bye.